Alright guys, so I just finished recording a 20-minute video of me breaking down the top 3 ad creatives that have allowed our clients to generate close to $3 million in sales just in the past 30 days from Facebook. And on top of everything, I'm going to show you examples from the biggest and the most successful companies in the world, such as Huos, such as Liquid London, such as Loop Earplugs, and how exactly do they leverage the same ad creative styles that we have seen a lot of success with in their ad creative funnels. So with that being said, let's get into my laptop and I'm going to show you everything.
Okay, so let me tell you a little secret. E-commerce is fucked right now. This is something that you're going to see people talking about on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, in their newsletters. Like, you are going to see people saying this everywhere, every single day. And this is also what I hear from my friends who run e-commerce businesses. And this is also what I hear from my friends that are running advertising agencies. And recently, one of the biggest and most popular advertising agencies in the space, which you should probably know, called Common Thread Collective, just published a report based on their internal data showing the difference between MER in 2024 and 2025. As you are going to see right here, there is a 14% drop in new customer acquisition and new customer revenue compared to last year. This is the stats from 2025, and this is the stats from 2024. So what does this thing tell you? That e-commerce is probably fucked right now, as I mentioned in the beginning. Now the question is, who is to blame? Is it the economy? Is it Donald Trump? Is it China? Is it Europe? Is it the war in Ukraine? What is it? Or is it just a skill issue? As an agency, as somebody who's running his own agency, we try to stay away from blaming stuff that is outside of our control. So we always try to internalize everything that's currently happening. And funnily enough, this is something that we see right now in Shopify for our own e-commerce businesses. You see here 15% growth, then you see here 150% growth, then you see here a measly 10% growth. But the thing is that brands are still growing. So is it all doom and gloom? I have no idea. Like, I cannot tell you if that's the situation for every single e-commerce business out there, because I just don't have access to their Facebook ad account, to their Shopify account. But all I know is that if you do whatever everybody else is doing, you should probably expect the same results as everybody else, right? Because when everybody's running the old, boring UGC ads that are telling people that this is your new, amazing, best-selling product, you're obsessed about it. Like, you have no chance of actually outperforming the market. And we have spent about $1.2 million in the last 30 days, as you are going to see right here. This is a screenshot from a few days ago. I'm currently filming this video on the 23rd of April, so if you're watching it in May, things might have changed. But we've spent $1.2 million. And I'd like to think of myself as somebody who can and who has a very good understanding of the whole market. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be breaking down the 3 top performing ad creatives for our clients. And for those of you who have no idea who am I, my name is Lachazar and I'm running an advertising agency called LJV Media. Very funny name, I know. And as you can see, we're currently spending $1.2 million on Meta. And basically what we do is we help our clients grow through producing winning ad creatives. So the 3 ad creative types that I'm going to be discussing in the next few minutes are ad creative types that currently work. I know because you have obviously seen some stats. Like, this is not something taken from thin air. So let's start with the first one. If you have been following me somewhere on social media, doesn't matter if it's X, if it's LinkedIn, primarily LinkedIn, this is where I'm mostly active. You know that for the past year and a half, I've been saying that founder story content and founder-led ads are the top performing ad creative type for pretty much every single brand that we produce content for. And funnily enough, you see there was an outlier previously when I was showing the screenshots from Shopify, and this one that has been scaled by 150% in the last 30 days. So that's a dramatic difference compared to what they were doing before. Granted, they were working with a pretty shit agency that had no idea what they're doing, but fortunately they hired us, so we know what we're doing. And this is the difference between running boring ads and running founder-led ads. we switched this account to 100% founder-led content. Like it's 100% founder-led content. This is everything that's currently working right now. And it completely transformed the business, because previously he was about to go bankrupt, and right now he's scaling with a pace that he never scaled at before. So you cannot expect to see the same growth if all you do is UGC content and you're paying a content creator with no strategy that's expected to miraculously outperform everything else that you have been trying for the past 5 years. So if you're just like every single e-commerce business in the world, you're just not going to make it. Or probably you're going to make it, but not right now, probably in a few years. So UGC is a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole puzzle. And this is something that you have to understand, because currently we do script about 3 to 5 founder-led content ads every single week. And I'm not going to show you the exact ad here because obviously I don't want to reveal the identity of our client. And this was an email that I sent previously to my email list that I asked them to reply, show me the ad. But of course, if you comment under this video, show me the ad, I might as well show you the ad. So this is something that we're seeing currently in our ad account. As you can see, this is last 30 days, a screenshot taken a few days ago, a few weeks ago, by the time you watch this video. And you're going to see that the stats is actually quite good. You see a very high thumbs-up rate, a very high video average playtime, with some ads generating a 14-second average playtime, which is ridiculous. Like if you have been running ads for a while, you know that the e-commerce average is about 3 to 4. If the ad is performing okay, and then everything else, like above 10 seconds, this is like ridiculous. It's not something that you can see every single day. And the unique CTR on this, link click CTR, 4%, 5%, 4%, 4%. So like it works, and it's probably a good thing for you to listen to me. So yeah, some of the ads have been generating 14 seconds average playtime, which is a huge indicator that you're doing something right, because the e-commerce average is about 3 to 4 seconds. And here I have 2 great founder-led content ads that I'm going to show you right now. And as you're going to see, this is something that I have shared on 4Play. So let's play the first one.
I shoot a lot of ads here. Like I run the fireplace.
This is Aaron Nosbish, and he's the founder of Breeze, one of the fastest growing beverage brands in the world.
Now we're doing 2.5 million a month or so.
Breeze is an alternative to alcohol. Instead, it has THC and lion's mane mushroom in it to help you relax and socialize. The craziest part is that Aaron launched the business under a year and a half ago. Yet, they are on track to do
About 25 million for the year.
This insane growth could largely be attributed to Aaron's brilliant founder-led content strategy, where
All right, that's everything that I wanted to show you. Like the guy is literally telling you what's the top performing ad creative style for them. It is founder-led content strategy where the founder is just talking to the camera. Like it's so simple. And if you're not trying this, if your agency is not pushing you to try this, maybe it's time for you to fire your agency or your in-house team and just hire us, because this is one of the first things that we are actually building for our clients. I believe here I do have a second example. Let's see, maybe yes. A second example from a brand that's leveraging founder-led content unlike everybody else on the market. And this guy from eGuard Watch Company is actually killing it. Like if you see their ad library, the most of the ads that you're going to see are going to be founder-led content ads. And this is the one that I like the most, that I wanted to share with you, because it's a personal story. Like the guy is telling the story behind his idea to start the business. So let's watch it for a few seconds.
Hey everyone, my name's Elon. I'm the CEO and founder of eGuard Watch Company, and I want to introduce you to my favorite person in the whole world and the reason behind the brand, Peter, my father. How you doing?
Doing well.
So the entire inception of this brand is because of my dad. We've taken a lot of strong stances on a lot of issues that are controversial. We stood up for men in response.
So I'm not going to play this ad until the end. I might drop a link somewhere under this video for you to access all of the links right here. And if you don't want to wait, just copy paste, or not copy paste, but just type this thing out in your browser, lgv-media.notion.site, what works in April, and you are going to be able to access this this sheet and all of the links right here. So I highly recommend you watch the videos and really try to understand what makes them different. And what makes this ad different is because this guy is actually showing his face and he's showing his father's face, which obviously creates that connection with the viewer. And obviously this is much more engaging than your typical UGC ad creative. And there's nobody better at selling a product than the founder who created the product. It's not going to be your $200 to $100 UGC content creator that has no script and is just freestyling it based on gut feeling. So yeah, like if you're not running founder story content, bad for you. That's the only thing that I can say. The second top performing ad creative for us in April 2025 is reverse psychology ads. And one indication that you are working with an average agency, freelancer, or just in-house creative team is when all they do is play it safe. Because the way you succeed in 2025 is not by playing safe, is by taking big swings and actually doing something that's completely different to everything else that you have tried in the past. So using reverse psychology is actually one of the big swings that I'm talking about, that you can take that might actually have an impact on your business. And reverse psychology works because it creates controversy. People on social media love controversy. They love seeing other people exposing bad practices, bad companies, bad products, bad people, etc., etc. So hooks and headlines within your static ads, such as warning, do not buy this product, or exposing my worst purchase, or I just ask for a refund after buying this, or for example, whatever you do not buy this. It just makes people stop scrolling and pay attention to your message, because it's just different from the typical, hey guys, I just found this amazing product BS that everybody is pushing and has been pushing since forever. Because what it does is it breaks a pattern. And when your ads break a pattern, that's when people actually listen to your message. And here you can see some data from the negative hook or the negative review hooks and UGC concepts. It's ridiculous. Like it doesn't make any sense because you see the thumbs up rate is like 52, 56, 47, with the average being 49%. Hold rate like 40%. And the way I measure personally hold rate is, I think it's through plays divided by 3-second video views, and that's how I arrive at this number right here. Some people use impressions divided by through play, or like through plays divided by impressions. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the formula that I use. And as you can see right here, average video play time 10 seconds, unique click-through rate 2%, 3%, and then like you have 9% click-through rate, which is ridiculous. And the amount of link clicks, it's not 2, it's 2,000. So this is verified by data. So if you don't want to use negative review hooks, then it's your problem. It's not my problem, because our clients are actually seeing pretty good results with negative review ads. 50% hook rate, 7% unique, like that's unique click-through rate, so unique people, and the lowest cost per click the account has ever seen, with the lowest cost per acquisition out of all of the ads that are currently running. And here I do have one example that closely resembles what our team creates, but this is not an example created by us, by our team. It's just something that I wanted to use.
3 reasons not to buy these patches.
What this thing looks like. So you already heard the hook.
3 reasons not to buy these patches, even with up to 45% off they're having now.
1. My nose is so smooth now, it's unreal. Like, I can't stop touching it. 2.
Obviously, you can make this a bit stronger. Like, I can't stop touching it, so I'm clogging all of my pores with my dirty, like with dirt from my dirty hands. Something like this, where like it's gonna be a bit deeper, I would say, but still, I know that this thing works, because I know that this thing works. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. And then here I have 2 more pretty good examples of how people use reverse psychology, and I'm going to show you the first one from a brand that you might have never heard of, because the second one you probably already know if you have been into e-commerce for quite some time. It's this ad right here.
Exposing the 3 worst items to pack for long trips. Don't make these mistakes. First, never bring noise canceling headphones. You'll miss out on crying babies, people snoring, people talking loudly. Avoid eye masks at all costs. You might actually get decent sleep. And whatever you do, never bring this neck pillow. You're gonna arrive feeling refreshed instead of feeling exhausted. Don't say I didn't warn you. I got the pillow from Turtle and I do not.
So, as you can see, it's pretty simple. Just create a script that's talking negatively about your product in a positive way. I hope you understand what I mean. It's not necessarily super clear what I mean, but you probably already know because I assume that you're a smart person. And then here I have another link to the Essence vote that we're not gonna watch right now. And then, of course, the last thing is fake podcast ads. So if you have never tested fake podcast ads, you're falling behind because like a lot of brands are jumping on this trend and they're doing it because it's working. And this is an ad style that we currently produce for each of our clients, because if you go on TikTok, it's very likely that you see a podcast clip like once every 10 scrolls, and my feed consists mainly of podcast clips because I just love educating myself on topics that I don't necessarily know anything about. So the reason why this works, fake podcast, is because they just go viral organically. So probably if you put it as an ad, it might generate attention from people because they are not even going to perceive it as an ad, and they're going to watch it and they're probably going to learn something new about your product or your industry, and then they might be inclined to buy your product because they have educated themselves, or you have educated those people on a topic that they're not necessarily knowledgeable of. So the key here is not to make it all about your product, because if you really think about it, people watch and listen to podcast interviews and podcast clips because they want to learn. So if you just sell your product, people are just going to automatically tune away and keep scrolling because they're not learning. They're just like seeing an ad. So your podcast ad should be educating people on a problem and only then review the product. And it's important to very subtly introduce your product. Just don't go all in on its benefits, on its features, on your money back guarantee, on your testimonials, your amazing offer, because people will just figure out you're trying to sell to them and will just swipe away because they're going to figure out that this is an ad and they're going to feel deceived. So very subtle product introduction and very subtle call to action, such as you should test it for yourself and that's it, or you should get one yourself. Like that's pretty much it. Even though a podcast ad would work with one host, aiming for having two people so it looks like a genuine conversation is your best bet at really making this work. We've had success with podcast style ads, and they, not always, but most of the times, now 9 out of 10 times, they work super well, and they have like pretty good soft metrics as well. So even if people are not going to be buying right now, they are going to be spending time on like watching the video, creating a connection to your product, your business, or the problem itself, and they might end up buying from you, not today, but 3 days from now, 5 days from now, 7 days from now, 14 days from now, but still they're going to convert. So this is a great ad for top of funnel audiences, and I highly recommend you study at least the two examples that I have shared right here, one from Liquid London and one from Huo, that are potentially going to tell you how to create podcast style ad creatives. And this is one that I love from Huo. It's a blend of founder story content and podcast style content. So they combine two things in one ad, which is like phenomenal. And I highly recommend you do the same thing if you can.
People do spend far too much money on lunch. In an ideal world, you'd grow all your own vegetables, you'd have a nutritionally complete diet from whole food, but most people don't have the time for that, so they will defer to convenient food. The problem with convenience food is it's been optimized for taste, and quite often they don't even think about nutritionals, so you'll miss out on essential nutrients, whereas fuel is convenient.
Okay, so I'm not going to play it until the end. You can access this sheet, this document, by typing out this link in your browser, and then you are going to be able to click on all of those links. So that's pretty much it. These are the 3 top performing ad creative concepts for us in April 2025, and have been performing for us for quite some time, since the beginning of 2025. So once again, if you're watching this video in May, in June, in July, these ad creative styles are probably still going to perform well because they are different. Like if you really think about it, your competition really sucks. And if you're an agency, your competition sucks as well, because most agencies and most in-house teams and most ad creative teams in general are pretty bad because the whole industry is new and people are not necessarily as knowledgeable as you if you have been in the space for quite some time. So if you run this in like July, August, fake podcast ads, it's probably still going to do well because your competition is slow and they're catching up really, really, really slowly on the trends. And like, they are probably going to produce fake podcast ads in 2026, but not 2025. So you still have time to produce content types like this one, for example, reverse psychology. This is always going to work because it's based on consumer psychology. People love controversy. Like, this is not something that they're going to stop loving because they see more and more and more content looking like this because it's just consumer psychology once again. So founder-led content, it's always going to help you create that connection and tell a story that nobody else is going to be able to tell. So this is kind of like an evergreen concept that you can probably still run in 2056. So because even AI cannot take this away from you, from your like story. Like nobody can tell a story better than you because this is your own story. So I keep rambling on and on, but the main thing is that if you want to work with an agency that really understands ad creative production, then just book a call with me. You probably you're gonna find your way to my calendar, even if you watch this video on like Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, like doesn't really matter. If you type out maybe LJV Media, you are gonna see us popping up here, and then you can easily find your way to booking a call with me right here, ljv-media.com/schedule. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you sticking to the end and listening to me talk shit for like 20 minutes already, but I really hope that you found some value in this video. And yeah, subscribe to my channel because this is pretty much everything that I talk about, ad creative pieces of content or ad creative advice that's going to help you scale your e-commerce business to $1 million a month or more. And once again, if you want to work with somebody who really knows what he is doing, then book a call with our team. So with that being said, appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.